I stopped drinking alcohol over a year ago. These are 20 benefits I've noticed so far. Improved memory. I'm sharing this first because it's hands down the most significant impact that I've noticed. I used to have problems with my short-term recall, remembering conversations that had happened, and just overall felt like my memory was pretty shoddy. It got to a point where both my partner and I had noticed it and were kind of concerned. But now, after not drinking for over a year, all of those problems have gone away, and my memory has increased drastically. I remember people, places, and conversations, and life is just better when I can remember it. No more hangovers. Now this is a relatively obvious one, but I still can't comprehend why I used to drink enough to be hungover. It's an awful feeling. Brain fog, dizziness, nausea, vomiting, and all self-inflicted. Now I wake up every weekend morning clear-headed and grateful. No more hangxiety or shame. Now not every hangover came with anxiety or shame, but when it did, it was definitely not a great feeling. Whether it was something I said, something I did, or just generally making a fool of myself throughout the previous evening, it was never worth it. No more wasted days from alcohol. I don't know how many days I must have wasted just lying in bed, lounging around, because I didn't have the energy, the sleep, or the wherewithal to just make my day productive. Now, not saying every day of mine now is productive, but when I choose to have a rest day, it's a choice, not because of the alcohol I drank the previous evening. Saving money. Alcohol is expensive, as are the Ubers and late night snacks that usually accompany a night out. Non-alcoholic beverages and soft drinks are usually cheaper than their alcoholic alternatives, but also if I'm clear-headed, I don't usually incur any of those other costs that come with a night out. Being able to drive whenever I want. This was a major benefit to me living in LA, a city where you pretty much have to drive everywhere. That meant no more Ubers or having to get takeout if we wanted to get food later in the evening. Being alcohol-free just gave me more autonomy, never having to think twice about what I'd consumed before getting behind a wheel of the car. Better energy. Without alcohol messing with my body system, I wake up every day with more energy to tackle the day. Of course, exercise, diet, and sleep all impact energy levels as well. But being alcohol-free allows you to improve and optimize those in a much easier fashion. Improved sleep. Now, sleep was actually one of the main drivers of me going alcohol-free in the first place. I used to wear an Oura ring and would notice with even one drink the night before, all of my sleep data just tanked. I could also feel it the next morning. I'd be more groggy than if I hadn't been drinking. Matthew Walker's book, Why We Sleep, also greatly shifted my understanding of sleep as a health function and how alcohol impairs it. This personal data from my Oura ring, plus the contents of Matthew's book, were enough to convince me to at least try an experiment without alcohol. Healthier skin. Now, I've been pretty lucky to have good skin even when I was drinking. I've never had to deal with acne or anything like that, but I definitely noticed my skin constantly being dehydrated when I was drinking alcohol. Then, once I stopped drinking, my skin definitely became more hydrated and started to have a glow to it. I'm not sure how long that took, but I definitely noticed it in the mirror one day, and other people would tell me that I looked great or that my skin looked really great, and I definitely attribute that to stopping drinking. It's easier to lose weight. Now, weight loss is all about calories in and calories out and being in a calorie deficit. Some people say that when they stopped drinking, that was enough to push them into a calorie deficit and they started losing weight automatically. For me, unfortunately, that didn't happen because I love food too much. But it's far easier to manage the calories I'm drinking when I'm not drinking the empty calories that are alcohol and don't have those late night munchies. So if I do want to be on a diet and lose weight, being alcohol-free makes that a lot easier. It's also made it easier to consistently stick with my workouts and stick to a diet, which makes the whole weight loss journey easier. Personally, my consistency of being in the gym and being on a diet are things I'm actively working on every single day, and it's a journey for me, but being alcohol-free 100% is making it easier. Improved workout recovery. This one is a little hard for me to put into words, but if I would wake up after a day of working out and drinking, I would feel like my muscles hadn't fully repaired. They were inflamed and felt tender in a way that indicated fatigue and potential for injury if I kept using them. Now when I'm sore, it feels healthy. An earned soreness that indicates that I push myself and that I can continue to use the muscles if I have to. It's the feeling of repairing and rebuilding, not my body just trying to get by. Confronting my emotions head on. Now, I was never somebody to deal with my emotions that well. I would usually ignore or avoid or suppress. But when I stopped drinking, there was really nowhere to hide. I had to start examining, understanding, and working through life's set of emotions that would come up. At first, this was very tough, and I definitely would not have said that it was a benefit of not drinking. But now, not drinking for over a year and having to deal with this for over a year, I can definitely say it's a superpower as I walk through life, and I'm still working on it every day. A sense of accomplishment. No matter what happens in my day, even if it all goes to shit, if I chose not to drink, that still is a feeling of accomplishment. Some people start their day with a workout for the same reason. And choosing every single day to not drink compounds over time, just like going to the gym compounds over time. Except instead of making the choice to do something, like going to the gym, you're making the choice not to do something by not drinking alcohol. Being more present. Without the distraction of alcohol, I can stay present in my daily life much more easily and go deeper in conversations with people when I'm socializing. I've strengthened existing relationships by doing this, made new friends and acquaintances from this, as well as just being able to remember all of those conversations that I was having later. Being more authentic to myself. Alcohol allowed me to be a different version of myself, one that didn't have any social anxiety, that was the life of the party, and that just wanted to make others laugh or smile, even if it was at the expense of my own self-esteem the next day. Once I removed alcohol from my life and got through the initial discomfort of being alcohol-free, I could live far more authentically. I could cherry pick all the positive traits of that other version of me, while leaving the ones that were grounded in people-pleasing, anxiety, and trying to justify my existence to the world. Now, to others, I may not be the same version of me that went to those parties a few years ago, but I am living a more authentic version of me. Being more comfortable in my own skin. As a byproduct of becoming more authentic, I've had to exist in a lot of different situations and meet a lot of different people, all alcohol-free. This has made me more comfortable in my own skin, whether it's navigating a hard conversation, dancing at a club sober, or just trying something new for the first time. I am comfortable doing that now, whereas I didn't used to have that same level of comfort. I realized that other people just weren't thinking about me as much as I thought they were, and I think that's something we all deal with. And once you can get over that, you can be a lot more comfortable existing in your day-to-day life. Feeling safer. Maybe this one is just the worrier in me, but now whenever I go to a bar, a sporting event, an airport, or anything like that, I'm always feeling safer knowing that I am fully in control, can identify anything around me, and am able to act in a case of an emergency, fully present and fully sober. I never have to worry about losing my keys or phone, and I always know that I am aware of my surroundings. Especially traveling to unknown places or international destinations, this is really helpful. Being a service to my friends. When I'm with a group of friends, my sobriety becomes a superpower. People love a DD because it allows them to go out and have a good time. And that's cool with me because I'm happy to DD for them. I can help ensure nobody gets lost, no tensions escalate anywhere, and if there is an emergency, I have a clear head to deal with it. Yes, this does mean I take on a little bit of added responsibility, but I like to manage anyway, and it's in service of my friends, so I'm happy to do it. Bonding with other people who don't drink. When you meet somebody else who doesn't drink, you're able to connect with them in a unique way. It's like a shared interest or hobby where you can connect with them over the implied value set that you're both trying to improve your lives every single day. Living life with more intention. Now this is last because it's the overarching one. Once I made the decision to cut out alcohol from my life, which was a decision made with intention, I was able to start looking at all other aspects of my life with intention too. I saw a quote online about this idea which I liked. I'm improving in all facets of my life, not just treading water. I think that speaks nicely to what going alcohol-free can do for your life. Not because going alcohol-free makes everything else in your life better automatically, but by having the intention to go alcohol-free in the first place, it means that you can have the intentionality to improve everything else in your life if you want to. So, those are the 20 benefits that I've noticed along the way as I stopped drinking over a year ago. And admittedly, yes, there have been things I've had to remove and trade-offs I've had to make. Things like not drinking yummy drinks anymore, not letting loose getting drunk, easy dopamine spikes, some friends that turned out just to be drinking buddies, and not really fitting in certain social situations anymore. But would I continue to make those trades for the benefits I just listed? Yes. Every day I'm alcohol-free, I'm more and more content with the choice I made. If this video was helpful or insightful for you, please subscribe and follow along for more alcohol-free videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.